So I have been getting this question asked quite frequently over on my live streams, here on YouTube in the videos, as well as on the community tab. And so I figured we go ahead and answer that burning question in today's video, which is whether or not you should purchase the Class 3P. Now, to those who are not familiar with this vehicle, I'll have a card linked right above if you want to go ahead and go to the detailed overview that I made a couple of days ago talking about the vehicle itself, because this video will not be that. I'm just going over some of the basics. Now, moving on from that bit right there, the Class 3P is a vehicle that was dropped during this Operation Winter event, and it did take up to 10 stars to unlock it. Now, if you're thinking about continuing the grind or starting the grind to get this vehicle, I'm really sorry to say the event ends in a couple of days and you are well beyond late to even consider unlocking this vehicle. Now, the only two viable steps you have to purchase this vehicle is either you get 10,000 Golden Eagles to unlock this vehicle, which will cost you anywhere between 50 USD or a little bit above, depending on where you live, or by waiting for the player market, which this vehicle, in my guess, and don't take this as for certain, my guess is this vehicle will sell for anywhere between 20 to 50 USD initially, with some of the scalpers kind of hitting it to about maybe 200-300 in the first hour or so. But after that moment, it'll go down to those reasonable prices. But I think for the first week, we might see this vehicle be at about 60 or 70, gradually dropping off to about 30 to maybe 40 on the average. That is just my guess, guys. I'm not playing stock market here, okay? This is basing it off previous events and how desirable this vehicle kind of is, which, believe it or not, is not a vehicle I really see quite often. Now, yes, it has been out for a couple of days now. The CCs have had it for about a week now, including myself, to make content and kind of showcase this vehicle, to kind of hype you guys up for it just a little bit. And honestly, nothing has really changed about it. It's still the same vehicle that we showcased a couple of days ago during the initial early access. Now, what is the Class 3P itself? This is a battle rating 8.7 German tank destroyer, and it's very much a familiar vehicle. If you ever play, say, the Radkampfwagen or even the Ruikats, it pretty much plays the exact same way, or even that of the Centauro. Now, what makes this vehicle much different than those vehicles? Well, it's really big. It's really tall. So if you're going to get this vehicle to kind of, I guess, be stealthy along with being quick, well, you can forget about the stealthy bit, because being quick is something that you're going to have to take advantage of. Now, being a tank destroyer, it has to have some advantages over its MBTs, meaning that it has to have either good armor and good firepower and no speed, but instead this vehicle trades armor for firepower and speed. Granted, the firepower is more or less on par with 8.7 to 9.7 vehicles with that DM33-105, which is a very good hitting shell. Now, the flip side about this vehicle is the fact that you don't have a laser rangefinder. You have an optical rangefinder, meaning that getting those precise shots very quickly is not something you're going to be able to make with this vehicle, especially with a trained crew, or excuse me, even with a trained crew. Outside of that, you're pretty much better off using the Radkampfwagen. Granted, it does sit at battle rating 9.0. It is much faster. It is less armor than this bad boy, but it is much smaller as well. So that is one of the biggest disadvantages of this vehicle, is the fact that it is super tall, especially compared to the Radkampfwagen. Outside of that, you don't have any scouting capabilities. So using this vehicle as something to really, I guess, mark targets and help your teammates, that's not something you're generally going to do. Which kind of begs the question, what kind of vehicle is this? It's just more or less a speedy wheelie boy without scouting capabilities, putting it on par with even some of the more medium tanks, or the slower ones at that anyways. And surprisingly enough, this vehicle is able to take a hit, as you're kind of seeing in the video itself. We took multiple hits, and even in the previous video, we took a lot of hits and were able to dish out quite a bit of firepower, because this vehicle is incredibly tall, the crew is incredibly spaced out, and for some reason, a lot of people like to shoot around the sides of it, which just go through it, doing minimal damage at the very most at times. But the smart players will make quick work of you very quickly, especially from the side shots, because rule of thumb is, if you have a side shot in a tank, aim for the center. And that's how you kill pretty much everything in one single shot. But outside of that, forgive me, guys, I did bite my tongue, and it's really hard for me to speak right now, so please bear with me on this right here. Okay, so is it really worth to make a purchase for this vehicle? In my honest opinion, and again, this is my own opinion, yes, I say it's something really worth getting to flesh out your 8.7 battle rating vehicles and even your 9.0s and 9.3s, because Germany 8.7, excuse me, Germany 8.3 to 9.3 is probably one of the best in War Thunder in this given time. You have the Leopards, you have the VT1, the TAMs, Baglights, M48 Super, we're getting Yak Panzers, I think more M48s, the GA2 anyways, Gepard, and a lot of bunch of other vehicles in aviation, such as the G91 R4, the premium one, the R3 with those hard-hitting 30s and those Nord missiles. So yeah, if you want to fill up your 8.7 or 8.3 and 9.7 lineup, this vehicle will most certainly fit the bill. And that is from my own personal experience and from what others have told me. So that's one big reason to collect this vehicle. And another thing, since we mentioned collect, is this is going to be a quote-unquote rare vehicle. The given price that you will be seeing in the player market will not exist forever. In fact, if you take a look at the FJ4B, which released sometime around 2018, that vehicle used to sell for about 30 to 40 USD. Now it sells for about 400 or 500, I think, is the time of this video. So in a couple of years, this vehicle will slowly creep up into the hundreds of USD or Gaijin coin to purchase this vehicle. So if you want to collect a really good, decently efficient vehicle, the Class 3P is definitely something for you. But to those who are looking to grind out their higher tier lineups, I'm really sorry to say this is a gift vehicle. It does not have any premium status and will only grind a tier below you and a tier above you if you are playing this vehicle, much like you would any other vehicle. And to top it off, seeing that this is a gift vehicle, you will have to unlock everything as you would a standard tech tree vehicle. So that means you start off with Heat FS. But granted, this is 8.7. Heat FS is still relatively viable, but once you get into the 9.7 games, you can kiss that efficiency goodbye. So that is honestly really it about the Class 3EP. Too long, didn't read. This vehicle is something I definitely will look into purchasing at the correct price. But if you're looking to purchase it for a grinding thing for the Germans, it's definitely not something you want to look into. But then again, it's good to fill up your lineups. And yeah, that honestly really does it. So I want to know what you guys think about this vehicle. Did you get it? Are you going to buy it? Or is it something you really don't care about? Or are you going to hold on to a couple of those coupons and sell them down the line playing Gaijin stock market? It's all up to you guys, and I really want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below, as I do read those. And I really hope this answered that burning question as to whether or not this vehicle is worth purchasing in today's environment, or even as it currently stands in this environment. So yeah, that all being said, I hope you guys did enjoy my little talking head videos, and I'm looking forward to doing more of these. So let me know what you guys think about it, all right? With all that being said, if you guys want to see this type of gameplay live, you know where to find me over on Twitch. Link is down in the description below. You see me live there pretty much every single day. And yeah, that really does it. So I'll see you guys not only in the next video or even the live streams, but in War Thunder itself. Until next time.